Nicole's house is named after my daughter, Nicole. And Nicole died of an accidental drug overdose in 2012. And like most people, I just kind of shoved it in the background and just kind of moved on. I had a lot of guilt and shame that I wasn't able to see her come out of her addiction and see her become well. And then finally in 2017, the Lord really impressed upon me that I was to retire from my secular job and start transitional living. If a person were in Nicole's house, they would see that every wall has 2 or 3. Everywhere that you look has something encouraging. I want to make sure that anywhere that a woman turns when she's upset, that she sees something that is encouraging. We have a curriculum that's called 6 Pillars to Freedom. So those 6 pillars are faith, recovery, support system, life skills, self-care, and career planning. So we will connect them with the church of their choice, where they're comfortable, where they are in their current walk. And then in recovery, there'll be 3 to 5 meetings a week for those, as well as the step study program. And then in support system, we could connect them with a mentor and a sponsor and other volunteers in the house, and just so they have somebody else to be that person, that support system for them when they leave here. And the life skills, what is it that they need to learn? Do they need to learn to cook? Do they need to learn to clean? Do they need parenting classes? We're going to make sure they see a doctor, they see a dentist, and they see a vision, they see an optometrist, and they also have received mental health counseling. And the career planning, we work with felon-friendly employers. We also look and see what their aptitude is in terms of what skills would they really be able to do or have an aptitude for. And then we look and see if there are scholarships available or grants available for them to pursue that. Our first graduate was named Annie. And Annie came to us and living in her car and lived in another part of Arkansas. And she came to us and she was broken, but she was really resistant also to any help. And she was estranged from her children. And once her children saw that she was at Nicole's house, had been here 3 or 4 months, that relationship began to be restored. And we have, without exception, seen those relationships with their children restored, where the children wanted Mama to do well, but she just hadn't, so they didn't have a whole lot of faith in that. Or there was a spouse or an ex-spouse who was very negative. But once they come to the house, and we ask all visitations to be here on site for the first 90 days, and once they come and they see the house and see how good Mom looks, then they're really encouraged, or see how great their daughter looks. So we've seen restoration with parents as well. We see women who leave here and go into the field where they're now working in recovery themselves, and giving it back and working back in that area. And we've seen that with 4 of our ladies. So we've served 30 women, and today 25 of them are still sober. It's about an 85% success factor, and that's really not heard of, but we've seen that happen. But we know that's because God's part of the plan.